Back on the Young Turks. All right, now let's go back to the issue of these New York congressmen selling us out in favor of Wall Street. We got a guest to talk about that. Aaron Swartz is with the PCCC, Progressive Change Campaign Committee. Aaron, welcome back to the Young Turks.
Thanks so much for having me.
We appreciate you coming on. Tell us what Representative Gary Ackerman is up to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's one of those situations where you see the lawmaking process in D.C. at its most brutal. I mean, here we have, a real progressive victory thanks to people supporting Bill Halter against Blanche Lincoln. She introduced some of the strongest language in the bill, and now, of course, it's passed the Senate and she's won her primary. They're trying to sneak back out again. And the New York Democrats are taking the lead, saying that they'll try and torpedo the bill if it doesn't get taken out.
Okay, so what's their excuse? I mean, usually Mitch McConnell, for example, will say, oh, my local community bankers in Kentucky really want me to help Wall Street. What does Ackerman say?
I mean, this is the most ridiculous part, is he's just totally upfront about it. He says, look, I represent Wall Street. I'm not going to do anything that hurts them. He actually said, there's not a lot of other stuff we can put in those buildings if we hurt the financial industry.
So, according to that logic, then, I guess we're just going to have to give Wall Street whatever it wants so it can keep taking taxpayer money so that Ackerman could keep his buildings full. I mean, am I seeing it wrong?
No, I mean, I think everybody was pretty upset about the Citizens United decision that said corporations were people, but I think the politicians have taken it the next step and said, corporations are their only constituents, apparently.
Look, in case you guys are unclear on this, let me give you the exact quote, because I don't want people thinking we're exaggerating here. Ackerman said, those of us in New York represent not only Main Street, but Wall Street as well. So he's being very upfront about it. Now, Aaron, what happens if the 26 Democrats break off and join the Republicans? Could that kill the bill entirely?
Yeah, that's a huge block. It's a pretty serious threat if they're able to hold all the New York Republicans together, which is why we're trying to make an issue out of this. And if people go to boldprogressives.org, they can sign our petition. We're going to be, using every support we can get to knock on the doors of those New York representatives and make sure that they don't stand for this.
And how does it look now? The reason I ask you that is because I'm afraid that the guy leading the process, Barney Frank, is not on our side. So can we win this fight if Frank is on the side of making the bill weaker and weaker?
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that sadly Barney Frank is not on our side. But the fact is, these hearings are happening in public. People are watching, and there's only so much they can do without drawing the ire of the public. So if we can make it clear that, this is something that's a must-have for us, that we fought for this, we got it, and we're not going to let them take it out behind the scenes, I think we can keep it in the bill, but only if people keep watching and keep fighting.
Yeah, I'm pessimistic. I think they're going to throw it under the bus. They've been waiting for a way to do that. They've found their way. They've found their Wall Street representative. It's Gary Ackerman. He's going to rally the troops. I think we're host.
Well, our hope is that we can make a national example out of Gary Ackerman. We can show, exactly what you get for taking Wall Street over your constituents. And if he gets strung up on a pole and people see that, there's this huge public outrage about that, I think a lot of other representatives are going to think twice before doing the same.
Now, Gary Ackerman pretends to care about his constituents, but is there any chance that he might have taken Wall Street money for his own campaign?
He has. He's taken $360,000 in his career from the financial industry. And a lot of the other people on the conference committee, they've got similar kinds of records. Barney Frank, just kind of the world champion in this, taking, $500,000 from Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not clouding their judgment at all. I'm sure that they're strong progressives fighting for real reform. Sometimes I get discouraged. Now, I read today, I don't know if how much you know about it, Aaron, that Barney Frank also killed the Al Franken Amendment. And then now they're also in the House fighting against the Volcker Rule. So I thought the House was supposed to be more progressive, but on this issue it appears they're definitely more pro-Wall Street, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to the financial blogger Mike Conzel about this, and he said these guys are kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters of watering down the bill. You know, the House will propose watering down this section, the Senate will propose watering down the House's section. You know, they just keep passing the ball back and forth, sliding it under this and that, and at the end of it, you're not quite sure what happened, but everything that you liked disappeared.
Yeah, look, I love that you guys are fighting on it. People should go to boldprogressives.org, sign the petition, do whatever you can, get involved, get active. But we're going to lose the battle, and we're going to keep on losing.
I'm not so pessimistic. I mean, you know, what I've heard from our intelligence, from people in the Senate and people in the House, is that we actually have a real shot at this one. We thought going into it, you know, this was too much of a stretch, but the energy people have seen around this, the attention it's been getting, I think we might be able to win this one.
Aaron, I love your enthusiasm. I'm definitely the bad guy. I should be encouraging people. I lost a lot of money on the Celtics, so you never know. I could be wrong. But I would bet you $100 that derivatives amendment does not make it into the final bill.
Well, I hope I'll be back on your show at some point to claim victory.
All right. Well, you know what? You've got the perfect one-sided bet because you didn't quite agree, but you do have me on the record. So it'll be like a Wall Street bet where if you win, you get the money, and if you lose, don't worry about it.
It's a good thing I have the Young Turks here to bail me out.
All right, Aaron Swartz from Progressive Change Campaign Committee. Thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
All right.